Once a man said to Jesus, "It is not fair that you allow me to work 6 days a week, pay my taxes to Caesar, and then have nothing on the Sabbath. If it was up to me, I would give you 8 days of work for 8 days of rest." And while he was thinking how to answer this man, Mark 12:41-44, a poor widow came and dropped in 2 small coins, all she had. Now, this was a very strategic move on Jesus' part, because he was surrounded by religious leaders who thought they were so holy and righteous. And here comes this poor widow who wasn't religious at all. She wasn't even a Jew. She was a foreigner. And she gave more than all of them, so Jesus says, "Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all those who have given to the treasury. For all these out of their abundance have thrown in their money, but she, out of her poverty, she threw in everything she had, all she had to live on." And so, whoever has the ability to give more should also realize that you get more. That's what Jesus says.
Ow.
If you read the original language, the Greek language, there's a little thing that's fascinating. The word more is the same word more in the verse before and the verse after. So literally Jesus is saying, she gave more, she gave more, she gave more. Why did Jesus emphasize the word more? Because many times we think more, we need more money, more success, more power. But listen to what Jesus says. He says, she gave more than all of them. Truly I say to you, this poor widow has given more than all of them. Heaven doesn't measure by amount, it measures by heart. How much do you really, really love God? So, when it comes to giving, it's not just about the money, it's about the heart. Do you give cheerfully? Do you give sacrificially? Or do you give grudgingly like the rich, who gave out of their abundance? Or you give out of your poverty? You know, I remember when I was a young pastor, one of the deacons. He was a wealthy man. He was giving a lot of money. Then he became sick. And so during that time, he was in the hospital. He couldn't give any more. And then eventually he passed away. I remember his son came to me and said, "Pastor, I want to give something to the Lord to honor my dad's memory." And he opened up his father's safe deposit box, took out an old shoebox, brought it to me, and it was filled with old, outdated, unusable currency. And I said, "What's this?" He said, "This is all that he had left. This is what he had saved to give to the Lord." I said, "Well, you don't have to give this to me." And he said, No, I want to give this to the Lord." I said, "You know what? This is the most valuable gift that we can receive from you, because I know your heart. I know where that money came from. It came from your Father's heart. Do you have something that came from your heart that you want to give to God? Give it to him today. Give it to him with a pure heart. And God will honor that gift, not because of the amount, but because of the heart. Will you give God a heart gift today?